The show will begin in 5,
4,
3, 2,
1.
Thursday night CrossFit talk with Scott Schweitzer and Jamie Latimer.
We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let our voices rise. Let them reach the sky. We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let our voices rise. Let them reach the sky. Hickory, dock. Giving them all that we got. Kick on the door. Try to knock, but nobody answered. I'm going hard and taking my chances. I keep it moving. I keep advancing. Keeping it gangster.
What is going on, everybody? We got chair dancing going on. We got our Cajun correspondent. We got it all going on tonight. It's Thursday night CrossFit talk on a Tuesday night because we're wrapping up the Masters Fitness Championships. We got two of the athletes right here with us tonight. Cory Leonard, Jamie Latimer. What's going on, guys?
So, Scott, I still can't talk. My voice is still shot from yelling at everybody.
I don't think I've ever heard you talk normal. Like you, when
Probably
I
not.
met you, your voice was already there.
Yeah, fair point. Fair point. It
Yeah.
just doesn't get any better. I don't know how to shut up. So there's that.
So we're all back now at home after the Masters Fitness Championships. What a fun weekend.
Good time.
Absolutely.
Just, oh my gosh, I have a fruit fly on my microphone. Just don't want to swallow it.
Please don't.
If you've never been to an event like that before, you have to go. Like, it is so laid back around the floors. Now, on the floor, intense. Competition was crazy. Things were getting nuts. But all around the venue, so chill, hanging out with all the athletes, doing all the things. So much fun. I got him. No, I did not.
Good.
Okay. All right.
Thursday night
Total
CrossFit / exterminator talk.
transparency. My dog sneaks down here to the podcast center and takes dumps.
Oh, geez.
So I came down right before Bible study and I find a huge pile. So I get it all cleaned up, all that stuff. But now I have fruit flies down here.
Naturally.
So
Anyway,
Walter, goodness gracious.
he is so bougie, he hates to go outside. So he tries to find places in the house he can sneak to and take his dumps.
I used to have a pit bull like that. He wouldn't go outside if it was raining. At all. He'd be like, I'll just wait. And I was like, no, you're not. You weigh 75 pounds and you're going outside.
Oh,
Yeah. Hang it, Walter.
Exactly. And just so you know, he's named after Walter White from Breaking Bad. And he is just as evil. So there you go.
He is the one who knocks. Only he doesn't actually knock. He just goes to where he wants to go.
Right. So, okay, back to the MFC. Fun weekend. And Ronica's talking about what her dog does, and at least he doesn't make me do that. So just happy for that. So let's get to it. We're going to wrap up the whole competition. We have a champion amongst us, and we have someone else that participated. We'll just say that. So, Cory, I want you to go first, and I want you to talk about like your overall impressions of the weekend. This was like, I know you've competed locally. Is this like the
Right.
first big daddy competition you've done?
Absolutely. This is the first multi-day competition I've done. Certainly the first, I mean, aside from the open, obviously, the first sanctioned, like officially CrossFit sanctioned event that I've done. And uh, yeah, I, I hate to say like I came in with expectations because I didn't know, but you hear things, right? You hear how things went last year and other people's experiences and whatnot. And so I won't lie, say I was expecting, I won't say the worst, but I was not expecting it to go as smoothly as it did. And it was, I mean, everything ran on time as far as I could tell. Aside from the pool, which I understand that. Like, that was off site. That was a whole different thing that was going on. Like, there's a lot of moving parts as far as that's concerned. But everything was on time. Everybody was very, very professional. Everybody I met was super friendly. A ton of judges, a ton of volunteers. From Dan, I met my boy Dan. That was awesome. A ton of judges, ton of volunteers. Um, my personal, like, everything was, I mean, buttery smooth. I don't know any better way to put it. Now, we got there at the same time as Rudy and Lynette, and Rudy's name was not on the list. So that was kind of interesting. Like, they didn't have any of this stuff. Um, my buddy that actually came here with, registered, like qualified with, his name was on the list. They couldn't find any of his stuff for a little while. He had to go back and get it later. And my other friend who finished third in 35, 39, they still didn't find his name tag. Like his yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. But that's from what I could see, that was few and far between, right? I didn't think I did think the thing with Rudy was a little weird because, I mean, he's only won the games 2 years consecutively in his age group. Like, you would think they would have had him somewhere penciled in, maybe something along those lines.
Yeah,
But besides that, go ahead, Scott.
Oh no, I'm gonna give Jamie. We're gonna go back and forth a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go to Jamie for a second and get her overall impressions. But before we do that, LDY 2742 states, all I know is every podcast Jamie hates on the heavy stuff, then throws the 150 sandbag bag around. I think she's lost her "it's too heavy" card.
Incorrect. I have not. Trust me.
No, bro, I saw that.
And
I saw that in person.
LDY that a lot of the people I talked to at the event said the exact same thing that you did. That they listen to Jamie talk and then they see her toss around weight on the floor and cycle barbells and do all that stuff. And they're like, no more claiming that it's too heavy.
No, that's not true. That was my worst finish, the sandbag. So it was heavy for me. I never once complained about the barbell, the power clean weight. Like, do I think it was? I mean, I feel like I've never said I can't cycle a power clean well. If it's, as long as it's not like a 1 rep. So that workout was fine for me, moving the barbell in that one.
Okay. It was your worst finish. What was that finish?
Fifth.
Yeah. There we go.
My worst finish is top 5. I wish my first 10 was a top 5, dude. Come on.
Yeah, there we go.
No.
You have what we learned this weekend, and this is something this is what I want to dive into with you as initial, is you now have fans, right? You have people that are following your career now, whether it be from this show, whether it be from other shows that you're in the chat, and you have big groups of people. And what has happened now is, and we talked about this briefly, and it's going to come out in your story that we're going to release, is it's kind of thrown a target on your back because people will get enjoyment out of getting a win against you. whether it be just an event win or it doesn't even need to be a competition win. They're going to say, oh my gosh, I beat Jamie Latimer on event 2, and that made my whole weekend. And now that is going to be lined up at you going forward. So we talk about that briefly in the interview we did at the event, and it's going to come out in the story. But I want you to talk about that because it really did change the dynamic of the competition for you.
Yeah.
Just nothing was easy.
No, nothing was easy. I talked to Tristan today, and we kind of went over that and my thoughts and feelings. And yeah, that's basically what I said. Like, I haven't really ever been in this position. I definitely do not like to lead. Like, I do not like to be in first. And I was in first as of day 1. And then it's like, I hate being chased. I ran cross country growing up, and I always like sit back and then finish strong. Like, so like last year I was sitting in second and then was able to win on the last event, last 2 events, whatever. Because I have nothing to lose, for one. It's way easier being the chaser. Like, it's just different. You're in your own head. You can't make a mistake. Like, I don't know. It's definitely different, and I don't love that feeling at all.
So what did, because this part isn't going to be in the interview part because this happened today with Tristan. What was the discussion of, like, how do you deal with that now going forward? And what's funny is I had the same conversation with Rudy, and people were gunning for an event win against Rudy. Now he's a 2-time games champion. You're just kind of on the come up now, but because of some exposure you've had, you're already in the same seat without the same receipts.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess just more experience of in-person comps, and I don't expect that that'll be an often thing where I'm sitting in first place and having to hold that off. So I honestly don't know. Like, it messes with my game plan with like pacing workouts, just everything. And I feel like I sort of panic when I'm not in control of my own workout.
Well, and I don't even think it's because you were in first place. I think people know your name now. And it means something to beat you in an event, whether you come into the event in 2nd or 6th or 8th, they still want to beat you in an event.
They got lots of that.
Dan says the wolf on top of the hill isn't as hungry as the wolf climbing the hill. If you've met Jamie and you've met Rudy, those wolves are hungry. So while I get the analogy, they are not resting on their laurels. Both of them had the experience where every workout was a fight because everybody wanted a shot at the name to be able to say they beat them.
Yeah.
And we kind of dive into that in the interviews that are going to be released. So for both of you, what came from this weekend that you're going to take forward with you for the rest of into next season?
Oh, am I going first?
Sure, go for it.
And Scott, you and I had this conversation after the last workout, briefly. It's just a feeling. So this is my first big one. It's the first thing I ever did online qualify for. And I was telling people all weekend, you know, and not so much being in my own head, but like just from where I was sitting and what my perception was like, I wasn't even supposed to be there, right? Was not technically in a qualifying spot. Somebody ahead of me got bumped. I got moved up. And I came out in my very second event. I accidentally won an event. So I keep telling everybody because I had no plans on actually trying to win anything. I just paced it better than everybody else. So anytime somebody be like, "Oh, you're doing great," you're doing blah blah, I'm like, I'm not even supposed to be here. And uh, and God bless you, Scott, for telling me this after I got done with the last one, is that I do belong there, and I do belong amongst. And dude, those dudes I was competing against are absolute monsters, all of them. I don't give a damn. I mean, we had 4 different people, I want to say, win an event out of a group of, I think we had 14 that actually showed up. It was tight all weekend between everybody. And like even that last one, if I am 3 seconds faster, I beat 3 different people. And like my placement goes from ninth to probably sixth or fifth or something along those lines. And it was like that all weekend. So one of the biggest things that I got, oh, Robbie, one of the biggest things that I pull away from that is that I do belong there, and that it, for my confidence level is going to do nothing but number one, make me hungrier to actually buckle down and work on shit that I refuse to work on, like stupid party tricks, um, crossovers, um, and just double down on the stuff that I need, I've already been working on my gymnastics under fatigue, just getting my motor better than it already is and whatnot. Like the weightlifting part of it, I'm not neglecting, but I'm not focused on it because I don't like I know how to lift weights and I'm fairly strong. So like I'm not going away from it at any point, but like the other stuff that just needs cleaning up. And for me to stop, I had a very good friend of mine make me make a list of the stuff that you're asking me about, Scott. So I did that yesterday morning and sent it to her. And she's like, "Yep, that's what we're doing." And I mean, that's where I'm at right now. Just continue working, keep my head down, and stop thinking that some of the stuff that like I keep coming back to those stupid crossovers because when they came out at the games, whenever that was 2 years ago, I looked at it and I said, "That's dumb. I am never going to do that." And what happened? I refused to work on it. I refused to. I was like, "That's so stupid. I'm not even trying that." And I got friends of mine at the gym who were like, "I'm gonna give it a shot," and was working on it. One of my best friends, as a matter of fact, and I was like, "You're an idiot." And now look at me.
And that was your worst finish of the
That
weekend.
was by far, by far, by far. So
I want to echo what you said because I've watched a ton of CrossFit in my life, right? Doing this, judging, volunteering. And I said to you after the final event, dude, you belong. And I meant that because watching you on the floor, your movement is so good and your competitiveness is so good. Yet you, as Kenneth said, you boogie down before the start of every event. Like you're out there having fun, but you know what you're doing. Your movement quality is amazing, and your competitiveness with everybody else was on point. And you do belong. And I want you to know that 100%.
Agreed. I told you the same thing. I text you very similar things.
they did it again. I don't know how that works.
I don't know.
Why
That's
is it?
crazy.
Anyway, no, I appreciate that, y'all. Y'all have no idea how much that means to me. Like my first big individual comp I ever did, I had a miniature nervous breakdown in the middle of it because I thought I didn't belong there, and that was in 2019. So 4 years later, and we had this weekend.
Dude, and you look like you're having fun, but a little spoiler from the story that's going to come out with you. When I asked you how it was going on Sunday, you're like, I'm not sore. Nothing hurts. I'm just tired.
That's it. I could have on the walking to the floor. I could have took a nap.
So, wait, Dan's like, Cory taught me what red stick is.
I taught Dan some French.
But seriously, Cory, man, it's awesome to see you throw down. You look on point out there.
Thank you, Dan.
And Jamie, what are you taking forward into next season? Or are you still trying to figure that out?
I'm still trying to figure that out. I still get incredibly nervous. I threw up before triple threat. And I just, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like competing. I like taking the floor far better than online stuff. It's just, it is nerve-wracking. And not knowing like everyone else's skill set, like for sure. And not knowing exactly what pace you're going to be able to hold is hard on me. So I don't know. I don't know if I just need to like just trust my fitness and stay calm and do my own thing, or if I do need to work on floor awareness and going at other people's paces. I'm not quite sure yet how I want to attack that, because I don't like that.
Kenneth makes a great point. Matt F threw up all the time, allegedly. But
yeah,
here's what I have for you. And it's hard for you to know where you're at right now because you made a big change this season where you hired a coach.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That coach wasn't there this weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Conflict, but he's going to be there in 2 weeks. And that's really going to be your first dry run for how your competition day is going to go.
Yeah.
Like, what is that communication? Who is responsible for floor awareness? What is the communication like on the floor? You don't know any of that because you haven't been through it yet with that guy.
Very true. Yeah. I have always been on my own and not felt very, like, I feel supported. Don't get me wrong. Like, my husband's extremely supportive. Veronica and Jim are always there for me, but like, I haven't always felt like I've had someone in my corner wanting to like coach me up to get a win. Yeah, I know you do. You do. I know you do.
But I've just been around for the last 6 months.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Veronica says don't eat a hash brown before an event.
Yeah, they all think it was the hotel breakfast. I mean, I was just very nervous.
Dan makes a comment. My takeaway is that Jamie's heaviest deadlift is 300 pounds, but it's definitely not her max. Hashtag strong AF.
I don't know.
You know what my takeaway from the weekend is, and this was so cool, is the 8 people we followed through this weekend, hanging out together, getting to know each other, becoming fans of each other. That was like, that just made me feel good inside. Right. We had, I know technically we had 4 champions out of 8, but a 5th one finished with the same amount of points as first place, just lost on the tiebreaker.
That's rough.
So we would have went 5 for 8, except for a stupid tiebreaker. But the fact that we have like Dan in the chat talking about Cory and talking about Jamie, and the recording I have of Veronica and Jim and Jamie talking about their friendship and everything that they go through on a daily basis at the gym and the support they have for each other at an event, like that stuff was gold. It just was so cool, like seeing all of that happen. And that you guys are all different. You're all different in the way you approach things. You're all different in the way, like every event Jamie was in, I'm getting a text from Lynette. How's Jamie doing? Where's she finishing? Like everybody was invested in each other, and it was so cool for all that. Oh my gosh, Jason Grubb's in the chat.
Jason's good dude.
I wouldn't be anywhere else. That was so much fun this weekend. And like I said to start the show, wouldn't be anywhere else. It was so much fun. And like just walking around getting to talk to Jason Grubb and Anna Tobias and Jen Ryan and Dex Hopkins and all like and you all, it just was fun just being able to chill out, hang out with everybody and just get to talk and really enjoy each other. So really love the fact that they held that event and it for all the criticism I gave them from last year, so much improvement this year. So well run this year compared to last. And like I've said over and over again, that venue is perfect for a games location. Couple little things to button up around the edges, and I think they could pull it off. It was really a well-run event. Everything was on time. We had heats. Lan and I had heat schedules from the beginning of the day to the end of the day, and everything was pretty much on time within a minute of what they said all weekend long. Well run.
Yeah, I
like I
agree.
said, dude, I don't know if I was talking to you, Scott, or Jamie, about like some very minor things, and it's next level. Like just some minor attention to detail type things, and it's holy shit. I mean, I had a phenomenal time as it is.
When you watch the games, you have little minor points you think they can do better on.
Absolutely.
Right. So you're going to have that at every competition. Something's going to go wrong. Something's going to go off the rails. You're going to go to a hotel with puke in the toilet and have to leave and go to another one, as Ronica stating down below. But things like that happen to all of us, event organizers and athletes.
Yeah.
And you have to adapt and overcome. And I thought they did a great job of adapting and overcoming this weekend to pull off a great show.
100%. 100%. FYI, Veronica and Jim are outstanding human beings as well.
They really are.
Yeah.
One thing and I've known this about myself, and it especially is really obvious when I'm with Ronica and even Jim, and like you, Cory, I do not know. I cannot like just relax and walk around and talk with people like you guys do. I literally cannot. I don't know how you guys just. I feel like I'm like Colton. Like I'm just myself there.
Every time I walked up to you and when I saw you in the warm up area, you were like bowled up. You were like, "Let's go!" Like you needed to move. You needed to do something. Like, and your brain was going 1,000 miles an hour. In the meantime, me and Veronica's like, "The hell is that dude doing over there?" Like on a completely different thing. But that's just how you're wired. Like I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily. It's just how you are.
I know, but like my husband is like,
hold on. That's not fair because you do talk. Like I've talked to elite athletes that scare me in between events. You do not scare me in between events. And you had another hat on this weekend where you are the coach of two of the athletes.
They didn't require really anything. Ronica asked me like two things.
Okay, but you wanted to be there and support them. You said that to me flat out.
I do. I do want to be there for them. And yeah, maybe that takes like 10% of time and energy and mind power that could go to like chatting. I don't know. My husband's just like, I bet every girl in your age bracket thinks you're just the biggest bitch. And he's probably right. Like I do not talk to my group. I'm not over there. I don't know. Like, and luckily, like I was able to talk to Allison last year and like form a friendship with her, but I rarely make friends with the girls in my age bracket.
Ronica says, alpha female, bro.
I know. I don't want to be, I know I have resting bitch face. I don't want to be that person. Like I want to be, I don't know, approachable and, I don't know. It's something I need to work on. Spread joy.
But you have to be you. Like, you are you, and that is who you are, right? Just like Cory couldn't be super serious before an event and still do well. He just
I've
couldn't.
tried it. It doesn't work.
You know, they talk about it with Noah, right? Noah tried to get serious and he totally flopped and said, you know, if I'm going down being me.
Yeah.
I've talked to Ariel Lowen. She loves to chat in the background, in the back rooms and all that. And she said there's half the group that don't like to chat with anybody. They want to, you know, be isolated and think about what's going on and get their plan together. And that's cool. That's who they are. So,
Yeah.
you know,
The dude that won my division, Eric, he did not talk, and it wasn't because he was being unfriendly. Like couldn't find him half the time for the entire weekend, and he just kept beating the shit out of all of us. And then at the end, like literally, me and one of the Daves, were sitting there bullshitting with him at the end, and he was just like, "Hey, what's going on, guys?" It's like, "Oh, now you can talk to people." He started laughing. He was like, "I wasn't trying to not talk to anybody." He said, he's just quiet. So it's a complete polar opposite of me. That is for certain.
so
Yeah.
I want to take a second and I want to go through the leaderboards and shout out the podiums for all the divisions. They deserved it. Holly did a great job of putting together the graphics. So I want to use that and show what we have here. So let's start with the RX divisions. Women 30 to 34. We have Kristen Hernandez, Emily Egan, and Catherine Campbell. On the men's side, we had Michael Rosa, our guy, Dan Church, and Saxon Steele. Saxon Steele, what a name. Like, man, if you were going to be born and had got to pick a name, I want to be Saxon Steele.
100%. I might change my screen name to Saxon Steel just on general principle.
Yeah, or
It's like a porn name.
okay, fine. I'm going to cover a romance novel, whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
RX 35 to 39, we have Autumn Mills, Alyssa Sanzeri, Lauren Garcia, and on the men's side, Trevor Turner, Kanoa Purviance, and
Easy for you
Theron
to say.
Greer. Yeah.
I met that dude, Theron Greer. He's awesome.
RX 40 to 44, Diana Smirnova, Allie Webster, Tara White. On the men's side, Aaron Parker, Joe Tucker, and James Puckett. RX 45 to 49, where's Cory? Oh, wait, there he is. Christine,
Keep going down.
women, Christine Jelinevsky, Dana Hazard, Tammy Hiley. On the men's side, Eric Matuzak, Dave Feinberg, and Dave Kirk.
The 2 days.
Then we go 50 to 54. Women, Melissa Peters, Mindy Hoffman, Isabel Morenci Ruiz. Men, Scott Bradley, Rodrigo Doles, and John D'Alessandro. That's another John D'Alessandro. He could be on the cover of a romance novel as well.
I guarantee he talks with his hands.
RX 55 to 59, women, Tracy Bailey, Michelle Yamashita, Susan Pantano. On the men's side, Kurt Gaughan, Eric Champion. Well, there's a good one too. Eric Champion, that's the name. Men, Jeff Scarrett. Then we go 60 to 64, women, Kim Taylor Papp, Janet Douay. Is it Douay or Duet?
That's probably Douay.
Alice Kolb. And then on the men, Joseph Babiars and Joseph Lamagna. And finally, 65 plus, women, winner, Anna Tobias's mom.
Yep.
Joanna Tunnicliffe. Garita Masters, Lynn Galiasatos. Man,
Sure.
I'm making
Go
it
with that.
money. And men, Jeff Porter, Gregory Petro, and Bill Allen. So those were your RX podiums. Dan Church says, my wife said, "Cool, you be a porn star." He also said half our group was joking around, the other half was silent. But he did say Saxton was a good dude, though, for sure. And Veronica says, bromance novel. And just Jay Birch says he can get with you, Jamie, because team workouts drive me crazy because I just want to suffer in silence.
I actually don't mind team stuff, which I guess is a little weird.
Here we go. Elites 30 to 34 on the women's side: Sarah Sullivan, Lauren Crucetti, Emily Salam.
So I met Sarah Sullivan. She actually coaches at CFNE. She was awesome. She's good people.
On the men's side, Malaki Bennett, Selvan Ramjatan, Malachi Bennett, Selvan Ramjatan, and Cam Ryan. And there were some hitters in that division with Chris Shimley. I think he was in there. Maybe he was in the next one. Never mind. Scratch that. But they were going hard. 35 to 39, women, our very own Jamie Latimer, Cammie Rush, who gave you everything you wanted and more on the weekend. Mm-hmm. Ricky White Terito. She cracked me up. We put the podium picture up of the two of you, and she had to catch an early flight. Then she photoshopped herself in and sent the picture in. Awesome.
That was awesome.
And then on the men's side, Travis Flanagan, Michael Poss, and Alex Baronic.
No, that's Alex Barnett. She is from Baton Rouge. He is my homeboy. He lives, he lives 25, 30 minutes from me. That's my dude right there.
I was good at math in school, not necessarily reading. So then we go to the elite 40 to 44, and on the women's side, Anna Tobias. Let's take a second here.
Please.
I got to interview her last year. She's an amazing person, but she does one event a year and then focuses on sailing. And really, CrossFit is just what keeps her in shape for that. Do you see the point differential? 9 to 34. And this is like old school scoring where there were, 7 events?
7.
And you get a point for each place you take. So the lowest score possible was 7, and she has a 9. Very impressive.
Bananas.
Second was Chelsea Hansen, and then third, Meg Garrett. On the men's side, Rudolph Berger, we know him as Rudy, Clint Russell, and Austin Medford. And again, Rudy killed it too, 11 points, lowest score 7, and so he did really well. But he felt the pressure from Clint for sure, and you'll see that when we release his story. Elite 45 to 49, Sarah.
Yep.
Kieros, Bridget Armstrong, Leslie Arsenault. On the men's side, Jason Grubb, who is there in the chat. 10 points, possible 7 lowest. Not too bad, Jason. Brigham Abbott, John Gleich. We move to 50 to 54, women, Erica Nordenstrom Benninghoff, Jackie White, Denise Alba. On the men's side, Scott Williams. Nice, simple name. Thank you. Greg Anderson and Lance Giles. Elite 55 to 59, our very own Leanne Greer, Annika Greer's mom. We have a full story on her coming out. Therese Luna, Lisa Trenka, and on the men's side, Mike Egan, Mark Zielowski, and Joe Lopez. Elite 60 to 64, Betsy Vanderberg, Karen Rotondo, Marcy Spurlock. On the men's side, Gary Gaudry, Chris Boffman, and Guy Donna. Donna.
Hi there.
Yeah. Did they give them both second?
That's what it looks like. They must have had an equal number of firsts and seconds. I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah. Appeal, Dan. Appeal. Oh, no. And on the women's elite 65 plus, Teresa Demick, Terry Carey, Terry Carey, like that one too. Bev Labonte. And then our men on the 65 plus, our very own Jim Pieper, screaming his lungs out on the ski erg.
Whew.
And then this is Bicky and Jeffrey Sands. So I don't know whether to call Jim ski erg screamer or overhead squat master.
Skier screamer.
There we go.
Yeah.
Kenneth says, can't wait to live vicariously through you guys at Crash on to the next. Yeah, that's going to be fun. We'll do some.
Ken, are you coming?
He's in Idaho now.
Oh.
So I don't know how long he's going to be there, but I think eventually permanently, it sounds like, but I don't know for sure.
Oh. Dan, the tie break is best placing in like most of them. So if I would have not take place where I did in the event I did, the last event, and Cammie and I would have tied, Cammie had like 3 or 4 firsts and I only had 1. So Cammie would have won. The lowest does not matter. It is most firsts or seconds or.
And then Kenneth was in North Carolina, but plans change in Idaho till October 22nd.
Bummer.
Looks like he's going to try to go to Wheelwad. So we got through that. The only thing I've left on my thing is here's our plans for what I called a documentary coming into this. The way it kind of shook out and when I'm going to just release 8 individual stories. Just short little mini docs on each person we followed, with like a highlight reel of their working out of the weekend with the, don't give me that look.
I got like 2 highlights, dude.
No, you don't. And then
I'll put it to you like this. I am so glad that there was nobody there with the camera at the pool.
Jamie, did you get any?
No,
okay.
No, they swam first.
Lana got it.
Lana.
Damn it.
Yep. We got you. So I'm going to release them so there'll be the Cory story. There'll be the Jamie story, the Ronica story, the Leanne story, and we'll just release them as shorter little bite-sized documentaries.
Absolutely.
So that's how it's going to come out, featuring each one of the members. I'm super excited about that. But I do have this big documentary I'm kind of working on that's taking a lot of bandwidth. And so I need to make this as simple as possible to kind of get these out as quickly as possible. So that's MFC. And then we will be back Thursday night, right? Maybe.
Yep.
My Bears play.
Oh, well, we can postpone. Up to you.
We'll figure something out. We'll talk.
Okay.
So Dan swam an extra 50 yards.
Oh, really?
He did. Yeah, he did. He told me that when I met him Saturday.
And it's actually in the interview, so we're gonna leave that as a spoiler, like a teaser.
Okay.
Because how it kind of came about and how it was resolved was a really cool story, and we're just gonna leave it like that.
Cool.
Kenneth wants to know what it was like meeting Judy Reed.
She's awesome.
She's an angel.
Mm-hmm.
She is one of the sweetest, nicest people I've ever met. She took care of me like a mother. I feel like we've been friends forever when I chatted with her. Cory, Jamie?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. She was, Mama Judy. She's right up there with
Yeah.
with Lynette as far as that kind of duty is concerned.
Yep, I could hear her and see her, and that made me not want to quit when I really wanted to quit.
Yeah, and her husband is a stud.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
That dude is a unit. Oh my God, he's huge.
yeah. They are a very impressive couple,
Mhm.
and so happy to meet both of them. So, we'll do a show this week at some point, probably Thursday. We'll figure that out. I just finished watching the Dale King documentary a few hours ago. That's
Ooh, I
definitely
need
going
to
to
do
be on the topic list. One of the most impactful things I've watched ever, and the fact that it happened in my backyard is
Scott, where is
crazy.
it available at? I need to watch it.
Pretty much everywhere. I got it on Amazon. I know it's available on Apple.
No, that's if it's on Amazon, that's perfect. I can just get it right here on the big TV.
It was, so I think to buy it was $12 on Amazon, or you can rent it for like four or five.
Yeah.
But I wanted to support Dale, and hopefully he gets some money out of this. So I bought the movie. I figured I can spend $12 to support what they have going on down there. Oh, but I'm actually, Julie, my wife, was in the other room watching TV, and I'm watching on my laptop, and I'm just a blubbering idiot, like bawling my eyes out. And she's like, "Are you okay? What's wrong?" And she's like checking on me because like I'm sobbing. And as bad as that moment in the doc was, like there are so many uplifting moments as well, that pull you up out of that as they finish up the documentary. But they hold an event down there, and it is legendary in Ohio called the Gauntlet. And man, I'd love to get a couple people and sponsor some teams to go down for that at some point.
Is it
Anybody
like,
listen to Jameson?
aw, what a name. Is it like Wadapalooza's Gauntlet?
So no, it is.
Okay.
You would love it more. It is outdoors. It is using the hillsides and the river, and like they did burpees over kayak.
Ooh.
They and it's in the documentary, the 22 version. There's a levee from the Ohio River up. They ran that levee. Like it's all outdoor fun Jamie stuff.
Cool.
Yeah. But I think it's like 4 events back to, so you have to do it in 90 minutes, and it's 4 events back to back to back to back. That's why they call it
Very
the
cool.
Gauntlet.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try to get that tonight or tomorrow night. Try to watch that.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably go turn that on after we put it to bed.
Yeah, so it's so good. Highly, highly recommend. And we will
Sorry, y'all.
well the levee, it's just yeah. I know you're quoting the song, Dan. I get it. And it's very funny. But this Ohio River levee is just to prevent it from flooding. So it's not a normal area where there's water. It's just built so it doesn't overflow into the town. But yeah, got to check it out. So good. With that, guys, so fun catching up with everybody. And we'll see you back later this week on Thursday night CrossFit Talk. Bye, guys.
Later, y'all.
We about to change